I'm a big YouTuber.
I literally cover court cases for a living.
I'm gonna give you my ID.
I cover the court cases for a living.
Yeah, what up, y'all? Welcome to Crown TV. I am the Crown Prince, a.k.a. Mr. Anti-Goofy. You know what not to do in my comments. Shout out to the Anti-Goofy gang. We approaching 10,000 strong. We in the building. If you want to donate to the channel and you really gang, instead of the super chat, hit up the Cash App gang. Yo, what up, y'all? Shout out to y'all. Yo, first of all, let me know how the audio sound. Could it be louder? Is it too low? Let me know. Okay, good. Cool. Yeah, and we got you covered with the donuts, you already know. Today we talking about Tekashi69 and his driver, the Snitch Tapes. And I woke up, I saw something so disturbing. And I want to send my my prayers to the people out in New York City. It almost made me not want to cover this morning and switch stories. I was about to switch stories at the last minute. So I hope everybody in New York all right. But, you know, we gonna, matter of fact, let's talk about that briefly. I did get a little clip of the story. So.
This guy says that if he serves you...
I want to hip everybody to that before we get started. If you're not in New York City, you probably don't know.
This guy says...
Why is it doing that? I don't know. Okay, let's do this like this. Let's do this like this.
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
Yo, salmonella is very serious, man. So everybody in New York, man, I hope y'all, you know, take caution out there today, man. We got to get the coffee ready. Yeah, salmonella is no joke, man. Saw some donuts right there for now. We about to get the coffee ready. Hold on. So go to studio mode. Two. We want to take that off. Y'all can see we got the Keurig up for the day. Yo, shout out to Tim Hortons, man. I told y'all if y'all ain't up top, y'all don't understand. So shout out to Tim Hortons. Get the coffee brewing. Yeah, that salmonella is serious. Let's get to the chat real quick. Shout out to Ant Team Smoke in the building. Shout out to Queen of Detroit. Karen Brown in the building. Wanda Weaver, Damo Tutar. Who else we got? Pug in the building. We got Tim Tyler in the building. Tim Tyler, I saw your question. Hit the cash app. Let's see, who else we got? Man, Team Smoke Feed the Wolves always in the building, man. I appreciate y'all greatly. Reno in the building. My boy, what you jacking in the building? Mei Ling in the building. China Wu, that's a new name. Shout out to you. Mountain Rain in the building. Angela Gibson in the building. Few new people in the building. Shout out to y'all. Kodo 777 in the building. Fanico in the building. What's up, bro? Shay Wood in the building. Indy's Finest in the building. Mac Bully, shout out to you. Not Good in the building. Everybody made the live this morning. If they ever tell y'all I don't love y'all, this is the proof. Chad Johnson in the building. I don't want to say your name wrong. Ravia. If I'm wrong, correct me. In the building. Quay in the building. Brandy. What we call the goddess of chocolatiness is in the building. King Sour in the building. Boogie Down in the building. What's up, bro? Yo, we got a new donation video for everybody who donate. I think y'all gonna dig it.
Y'all be coming up out of y'all pocket, giving these dudes money. All these people that been donating money to go to their channels and donate to them. Go donate on their channels, and they're donating their hard-earned money to them. And you coming right out of your pocket with money. Come out of their pockets, donating money, then they're getting donations. People are giving them their money. A fool in his money, yo.
Yeah, so every time y'all donate, man, you get the special video play. A fool in his money, yo. A fool in his money, yo. Yo, I gotta stretch out the beginning a little bit. We almost there. This is how I prevent myself from cursing and getting demonetized. In the first couple minutes. Anybody who want a donut, help yourself, man. Big donuts in the building. Oh, that's right. Put that over there. All right, man. Today we talking about Tekashi69, aka Cooperating Witness 2, and his driver cooperating witness 3, and all the snitching and ratting they've been doing. There's also another cooperating witness 1. We're not going to talk about him today because this is specifically a 6ix9ine video. We're going to do something on him later. I already told y'all who I think it is. I hope everybody here got a chance to read the paperwork that we're about to go over. We're going to try not to kill y'all with it. Once again, we're going to stick to only 6ix9ine, so that should I ain't going to lie to you, man. This paperwork is basically 6ix9ine snitch paperwork, man. He all through it. There's something else I wanted y'all to see. Should I let y'all see it right now? For everybody who read the paperwork, you might understand this. This is Jack Frost yesterday after reading the paperwork.
He cooperated with what he was involved in, as far as I know. As far as I know, he didn't snitch on things that he was not directly involved in. He had to talk about the crimes that he had involvement in. Like I said, he never snitched on who kidnapped him. He never snitched on who kidnapped him. So it's hard for me to believe that he talked about anything other than crimes that he was directly involved in. It's just hard for me to believe that. It's hard for me to believe that he talked about crimes that he wasn't directly involved in.
That's after reading the paperwork. Now, for those of y'all who do not understand, this paperwork is about statements made to these people for the most part. So this is about them being privy to conversations. So 6ix9ine and his driver are basically telling about all of the crimes that were talked about in their presence. That's kind of what this paper is. That's kind of what this what the theme is of this paperwork. That's not what the paperwork is for or what this motion is about, but the theme of it is about conversations. Yo, RBG Hebrew, shout out to you. Dice TV, shout out to you. If I didn't get you last time. Where we gonna start at? Okay, let's start right at the beginning. The paperwork starts in advance of the trial scheduled to begin on September 9th. In the above captioned case, the government respectfully submits the following motions in limine. First, the government moves to admit against both trial defendants, you're talking about Nuke and Harv, through the testimony of various cooperating witnesses, certain statements made by other members of the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods as co-conspirator statements made in furtherance of the conspiracy. That's the important part. All right. Let's see. With respect to this motion, the government has separated the various statements into categories and has provided illustrative examples of each. That's important about this paperwork. This paperwork is not the totality of the things that these people are going to say. They are just giving they're giving examples of the things that they're going to say. So this is not even everything. The categories include statements made by members of 9 Trey in the lead up to acts committed as part of the racketeering conspiracy or while those acts were being committed. B. Statements made by members of 9 Trey about acts committed as part of the racketeering conspiracy where statements were made during the racketeering conspiracy but after the acts in question had occurred. C. Statements made by members of 9 Trey about the status of other members of the racketeering conspiracy. D. Excited utterances made by cooperating witnesses 6ix9ine during and after an act of violence. E. Statements by and appearances of members and associates of 9 Trey in music videos. All of that section deals with Tekashi telling, and we're gonna get to that in a second. The prison calls. The prison calls don't really have anything to do with Tekashi, so we're not really gonna deal with that today. But since we dealing with also the recklessness of Treyway, we'll probably talk briefly about that at the end. Because these boys was reckless and they put Tekashi and his driver in a lot of places where Tekashi and his driver should not have been. And you're going to see that as the paperwork goes on. I hope everybody read this paperwork. I got to keep checking with the chat. All right. Let's go to the next page. Now, it starts with a, what you call it, a chain of command for the Bloods. It's not really important right now. But you can see it on the screen. Lock this shit here. Let's start with the drug activity. 9 Trey members, and we're going to get to the CW1, 2, and 3 while we're reading. 9 Trey members made money together, among other things, selling illegal drugs. Members of 9 Trey, including a cooperating witness, CW1, who we're not talking about today, distributed large amounts of MDMA, heroin, fentanyl, and fentanyl analog. The government expects, among other things, cooperating witness 1 will testify that he imported large amounts of fentanyl analog from China, masked the fentanyl analog by spraying it with vinegar and selling it as if it was heroin. Cooperating witness number 1 supplied several members of 9 Trey, including Mac, who is Nuke, Mel, and Shotty, with narcotics to distribute. Listen, there is a lot. All of this paperwork, all of these people named in this particular paperwork are by name are not snitching. At least in this case, as it's related to Harv and Nuke, and you got to think they're dealing with this racketeering thing. So this paperwork is way deeper than 6ix9ine's kidnapping. It's like it goes completely into the case. There's like a lot of details in this case, in this paperwork, and none of these people are telling. As it relates to Shotty, there is also something very interesting in this paperwork as it relates to things that Fubanger said in the past. And we're going to get to that. 9 Trey's violent activity. 9 Trey members also committed violent acts to advance the goals of the gang and to enhance the position and reputations of its members. Those violent acts occurred in and around New York City, including Brooklyn and Manhattan, and were committed by 9 Trey members to harm or intimidate members of rival gangs. Retaliate against rival gang members for prior violent acts committed against members of 9 Trey or to retaliate against other members of 9 Trey for perceived wrongdoings within the game. Snow Billy is mentioned in this paperwork, but we ain't on that today. Specifically, this is where we get to the snitching. Y'all ready for the snitching? Or y'all want an intermission? Y'all want to hear about this salmonella? Because we could talk about this salmonella real quick. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Zeke Black, I think I missed you, man. Shout out to Zeke Black. All right, let's hear about the salmonella. It won't hurt us to take a little salmonella break.
He cooperated with what he was involved in, as far as I know. As far as I know, he didn't snitch on things that he was not directly involved in. He had to talk about the crimes that he had involvement in. Like I said, he never snitched on who kidnapped him.
Here. I don't know what's up with your boy Frost, man. The boy is goofy. How you read this paperwork and come to that conclusion is beyond me. And y'all gonna see why in a minute. Let's deal with this salmonella scare real quick. Real quick.
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
All right, we back. All right, now let's get to the snitching. On or about November 11th, 2017, members of 9 Trey, including Ellison, a cooperating witness, including Ellison, who is Harv, a cooperating witness, CW2, who is Tekashi. Instead of CW2, I'm going to start saying Tekashi so it makes more sense. Jordan, who is Shotty, and others follow a rival rapper and gang member from Brooklyn into a hotel in Manhattan. Harv and Shotty then followed the rival into the lobby of the hotel, and Harv assaulted the rival by punching the rival in the face. This is the incident, I'm pretty sure what Trippy read. On or about January 19th, 2018, Aaron Young, a.k.a. Bat, shot another member of 9 Trey in the back of the head at close range in an attempt to murder the victim. That's Snow Billy, y'all. On or about February 21st, 2018, members of 9 Trey, including Harv, Tekashi, and others, got into a dispute with rivals at the Los Angeles airport. The dispute escalates into a brawl that took place outside of the airport. All of this is important to prove Harv and Nuke's involvement in 9 Trey. I think, and don't quote this as, but I think that they are looking at it as they are being charged as conspirators with people who they are also trying to say that they are at war with at the same time. Well, we'll talk about that later. I still don't think they're going to beat this case. It's ugly. On or about March 21st, 21st, 2018, members of 9 Trey, including Tekashi69, Shotty, Drama, and others, shot at a Bloods gang member from a different blood set in Los Angeles. The intended target was providing protection for a rap artist in New York. However, the target did not check in or get the approval from New York Blood members to provide protection. The intended target and rap artist left a music venue near Times Square and entered a van. As the van was driving near Times Square, the 9 Trey members pulled alongside the van, and Shotty fired approximately 5 shots into the side of the van. Shotty was a live wire. Yeah, I'm going to take Frost that he misspoke because earlier he got it right. He said CW2 was Tekashi earlier. So I think when he was saying CW1, he misspoke. Let's go on to the next one. On or about April 3rd, 2018, members and associates of 9 Trey, including Shotty, Fahim Walter, a.k.a. Crippy, Denzel Butler. Yo, if I mix or say something wrong with these names, forgive me. Hopefully I don't. Drama, Roland Martin, who is Ro Murder, and Tekashi, cooperating witness number 2. And another cooperating witness, CW number 3, who is his driver, committed a gunpoint robbery of a rival rap artist and gang member in Midtown Manhattan. The 9 Trey members traveled from Brooklyn to Manhattan, waited outside the building where the rivals were located, and then confronted them inside the building's lobby. Shotty could be seen on surveillance camera brandishing a firearm. The 9 Trey members took belongings, including jewelry, from the rivals. In September 2018, the proceeds from the robbery were located in Tekashi69's residence, along with an assault rifle, after agents executed a search warrant. Yeah, I'm skipping over CW1 for the day. I think I'm going to do something separate. Let's see. On or about April 13, 2018, Mac, who is Nuke, robbed Ro Murder at gunpoint and stole Ro Murder's watch and vehicle. The government intends to prove that Nuke robbed Ro Murder due to internal 9 Trey strife and a power struggle over 9 Trey leadership positions. And this is why I think that that's going to be a major part of their defense. Even though this is a slam dunk, man. I'm sorry to say it, but this is a slam dunk. On or about April 21st, 2018, members and associates of 9 Trey, including Shotty, noticed who they are mentioning by name and who they are calling cooperating witnesses. CW2 and CW3, Tekashi and his driver, and another were in Brooklyn when 2 individuals shouted a derogatory statement to Tekashi69. Shotty and Tekashi69 and his driver and another person drove away. But the 2 individuals followed them in another car. Shotty got out of the car and fired 2 shots at the individuals. Live wire. More locked here. On or about April, we're going to get through this paperwork. I don't have all the pages. There are spaces in between, so don't get, On or about April 21st, 2018, members and associates of 9 Trey, including Shotty, Roe Murder, Denzel Butler, Denard Butler, Fahim Walter, who is Crippy, and Fubanga. Fubanga is in the paperwork. Tekashi69 and his driver were at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. While in the hallway, the 9 Trey crew members notice they are mentioning Shotty by name. While in the hallway, the 9 Trey crew members encounter a crew from a rival rap artist and gang member who had been in a public dispute with Tekashi69. We know they talking about Casanova 2 times. Lovick removed a handgun from his shoe and fired one shot into the ceiling. Fubanga pulled the gun from his shoe and shot up the Barclays. On or about June 2nd, 2018, members of 9 Trey, including Shotty and Tekashi69, requested that Mackenzie, who is cool to be, shoot at a rival rapper and gang member who had been in a public dispute with Tekashi69. You're talking about Chief Keef. Kuda B assembled a group of individuals who traveled to the hotel in Times Square where the rival gang was staying. One of those individuals fired a shot at the rival. On or about July 16th, members of 9 Trey, listen, all of these things, this is what this paperwork is about. All of these things are going to be testified to in some way by these 3 people. They've all heard, seen, been around conversations where people was talking about these things, etc. On or about July 16th, 2018, and that's just the evidence in this paperwork. This is not like a full scope of all of the evidence. This is just about these. They're trying to get these statements admitted. On or about July 16, 2018, members of 9 Trey, including Jordan and Tekashi69, Shotty and Tekashi69, were in Los Angeles when they saw another member of 9 Trey, co-conspirator 1, who was in a dispute with Shotty and Tekashi69, was posting a video to Instagram Live. Shotty began contacting other 9 Trey members, including Roe Murder. I keep getting these butlers messed up. Jesnell Butler and Fahim Walter, who was Crippy, in order to arrange for someone to shoot at co-conspirator 1. A shooting took place in the location where individual 1 was staying, and a woman was struck in the foot. If anybody know anything about that, y'all could fill me in. I don't. I've never heard such a thing. All right. If anybody has donated, I can't see on this screen, but your donation video will be coming after I get done with this. Tailor made for you. On or about July 22nd, 2018, Harv and others robbed Tekashi69 and his driver at gunpoint in Brooklyn. This is how you know cooperating witness 3 is Tekashi69's driver. Ellison or Harv and another 9 Trey member kidnapped Tekashi69, brought Tekashi69 to his residence, and took his jewelry and other cash. The government intends to prove that Harv committed the robbery to enhance his position within 9 Trey. Come on, come on. On or about October 24th, 2018, Harv slashed a person in retaliation for a 9 Trey shooting that took place earlier that evening, in which one of Harv's friends was shot and wounded. All right, now we're done with that part. Now this is a little I know I just messed up something, but we're gonna go anyway. Okay. Certain categories of statements made during the course of and in furtherance of, this is where you get to the good stuff. And in furtherance of the charge racketeering conspiracy are admissible. You got to remember, this is not just about Tekashi69's kidnapping. This is about the whole racketeering case. Kaiser Scarecrow, what up? So that's why this case, that's why this paperwork is so detailed. Get my preacher rag. All right. The government expects that, you know what? Let's take a
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
Thoughts and prayers, y'all. All right. The government expects that various cooperating witnesses will testify about statements made to them. Now, right off the bat, the government expects that various cooperating witnesses, 3, will testify about statements made to them by members of the 9 Trey, while the cooperating witnesses were witnesses themselves. While the cooperating witnesses themselves were members or associates of 9 Trey, or while 2 of the cooperating witnesses, number 1 and number 3, were making recordings of their conversations with members of 9 Trey at the direction of law enforcement. Number 1 and Tekashi's driver were making recordings of their conversations with members of 9 Trey at the direction of law enforcement. Tekashi69's driver was making recordings of his conversation with 9 Trey members. Shout out to Fire Chief. Who else we got new in the building? Anybody? All right. Okay, this is important. In particular, the government expects to elicit testimony falling into the following categories. And then it breaks these categories down, and that's where the good stuff is at. Statements made by members of 9 Trey in the lead up. We already read these. I'm going to do it again anyway because it's important. Statements made by members of 9 Trey in the lead up to acts committed as part of the racketeering conspiracy or while those acts were being committed. Statements made by members of 9 Trey about acts committed as part of the racketeering conspiracy where the statements were made during the racketeering conspiracy but after the acts in question had occurred. Statements made by members of 9 Trey about the status of other 9 Trey members of the racketeering conspiracy. Exciting utterances made by Tekashi69 and his driver after the above mentioned July 22, 2018 robbery and kidnapping. And statements by Statements by and appearances of members and associates of 9 Trey in music videos. Let's see where we at. I want to grab the right one. All right. For each of these categories of co-conspirator statements, the government has provided examples below which are intended to be illustrative, not exhaustive. In addition, the government expects to offer at trial at least 4 rap videos, which are publicly available and that provide context to certain disputes between 9 Trey members. Y'all got to remember, all of this stuff is here because it's going to be testified to. Between 9 Trey and rival gang members. The government also expects to elicit testimony from cooperating witnesses about these rap videos. The government respectfully submits that the following categories of co-conspirator statements are admissible against all defendants under Rule 801. In addition, certain other statements are admissible as excited utterances under Rule 803. Illustrative examples of each category of co-conspirator statement are provided in the discussion below. I keep doing this. All right. Wrong one. Okay, this is where we get to the goods. Yo, hit the like button if you're not a rat. That's a fact. Shout out to you, Big J Morales. We probably got a lot of rats in here. Not commenting. Preacher rag. All right. I'm going to skip over that first paragraph and get to the snitching. We want to get to the snitching. All right, for example, the government expects Tekashi69 to testify regarding conversations he had with other 9 Trey members and associates immediately preceding and during the acts of violence set forth in Section 3 above. For example, Tekashi will testify about conversations he with Harv and Shotty. Tekashi will testify about conversations he had with Harv and Shotty immediately preceding Harv's assault of a rival gang member and rapper in 2017, including why the assault was going to be committed and how the plan to commit the assault was going to be executed. Similarly, Tekashi will testify regarding statements of other 9 Trey members and associates before and during acts of violence on February 21st, March 21st, and April 3rd, and April 21st, and July 2nd, and July 16th, and July 22nd, and October 24th as well. Probably Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's Eve, Ramadan. Tekashi69 was present for each of these acts of violence except for the June 2nd. So there, right there, you have him testifying about a crime that he was not directly involved in. So, oh yeah, well, he kind of was. But we're going to get to some other stuff. 2018 shooting in Times Square and the shooting in Brooklyn. Although Tekashi was not present for the June 2nd shooting in Times Square, he was involved in planning the procurement. I've never used that word in my life. Of his co-conspirator, Kuda B, to arrange the shooting. Similarly, though Tekashi was not present for the July 16th, 2018 shooting, Tekashi had conversations with Shotty about the intended target of the shooting. Again, Shotty is being named by name. There is nothing in Shotty's paperwork. I guess I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a live on Shotty's paperwork. There is nothing in Shotty's paperwork where he is telling about the Kuda B situation. About anybody giving him money or about him giving money to anybody else. There's nothing in there, not one line. All right, going on. Tekashi had conversations with Shotty about the intended target of the shooting. Co-conspirator 1, who was also a 9 Trey member on the day of the shooting. Tekashi, an associate of 9 Trey, Tekashi's driver, an associate of 9 Trey, was also present for some of these acts of violence, including the April 13th robbery, both shootings on April 21st, as well as, this is like the most reckless, crazy thing I've ever seen. And all of them boys are responsible. Tekashi's driver would testify regarding statements made by 9 Trey members and associates immediately preceding and during these acts of violence. Tekashi69's driver was not present for the July 16th shooting. However, he heard Shotty planning and ordering the July 16th shooting against co-conspirator 1. Insane. Insane. Jail calls, talking in front of anybody, Instagram post, like you name it, man. These boys was talking about attempted murders on the phone, like going to get fast food. Insane. Tekashi's driver, an associate of 9 Trey, was also present for some of these acts of violence, include. Did we just do that shit? Did we just do that? Tekashi69's driver, an associate of 9 Trey. Hold on. Let me make sure that I didn't just do that. Yeah, I'm tripping. This is important. who at the time on July 16th was in a vehicle with Shotty. He sent a text message to his law enforcement handler that Shotty had just ordered a shooting bruh. Like, man, like Shotty, like it's and that's it's not even just Shotty. All of them boys, man, it's their own fault why they in jail. But snitching is still not cool. Period. Let's see. Who at the time? And he told his law enforcement handler that Shotty just ordered a shooting. Later the same night, 9 Trey members shot at co-conspirator number 1 in Brooklyn. Each of the statements made by these 9 Trey members in preparation for and leading up to these incidents are statements in furtherance of the conspiracy, and thus should be admitted through the testimony of Tekashi and his driver. They snitching. Yeah, they ordered a shooting. I don't want to get into that. Most people know what that's about by now. I don't know. Maybe in further paperwork, if they, once, not if, but once, those names start dropping, if they drop, I don't know why his name would drop in this paperwork, but we'll see. To respond in a way that promotes or facilitates the carrying out of criminal activity. Seek to induce a co-conspirator's assistance. Let's go to the next one. I think I'll skip forward here. The next section. This is explaining those points that it was making. The next section is statements made by members or associates of 9 Trey during the course of the conspiracy, but after the act in question occurred. Oh man, what the hell? Alright. We're gonna skip over that first thing. As always. Now cooperating witness 1, Tekashi69, and his driver. All 3. Shout out to you, Oscar. Yeah, these boys was wild, man. All 3 will testify about conversations they had with other members and associates of 9 Trey during the course of the conspiracy. All of that, what could Tekashi possibly know? Tekashi knows everything. They let him around everything. He was privy to all information. They let the boy and his driver. They might as well have gave his driver a bandana. And I think that's what happened, man. I think they ran up on his driver like, man, you too. He said, shit. Tell me everything. I'll tell you everything you want to know. All right, they all will testify about conversations they had with other members and associates of 9 Trey during the course of the conspiracy, but after the act of violence in question occurred. For example, on or about January 19th, Aaron Young, a.k.a. Bat, shot a victim 1,
another member of 9 Trey in the back of the head at close range. You know, we're talking about Snow Billy. After shooting victim 1, Young told cooperating witness 1, after shooting victim 1, Young told cooperating witness 1 in sum and substance that he just bodied Snow Billy, believing that he had murdered Snow Billy. I'm pausing and stuff like that because I'm trying to get the I'm trying to give y'all the names instead of these, Snow Billy, who was shot in the back of the head, miraculously survived the shooting. Cooperating witness 1 will further describe his relationship with Bat, the details of the narcotics conspiracy, and past conversations cooperating witness number 1 had with Young, Mel, or Bat Mel, and Shotty, and other members of 9 Trey about selling drugs for the gang. Cooperating witness number 1 had conversations with Ro Murder, Nuke, and Nuke separately after Nuke had robbed Martin of a vehicle and a Rolex watch and attempted to rob Ro of a particular chain. Chain 1. We know that's probably that AP chain. Yo, I'm going to watch that in a second, Tim Tyler. Let's see. Cooperating witness. I don't think we got much more paperwork to go. We're gonna build on it all. Yeah, I'm trying to put the names instead of the aliases. Not good. Cooperating witness number 1 had conversations with both Ro and Nuke separately after Nuke robbed. We did that up to the AP chain. Ro also told cooperating witness number 1 that in retaliation, Ro and other 9 Trey members shot at Nuke, but did not hit Nuke. Nuke told cooperating witness number 1 in sum and substance that Mac had robbed Ro, that he had robbed Ro. I hate reading this paperwork, but he assured cooperating witness number 1 that he did not take or attempt to take chain number 1. In retaliation to the same incident, Tekashi and his driver will testify that they were present with Jordan at a New York Mets home game on or about April 13th when Jordan received a call that Ro had been robbed. Tekashi and his driver will testify about the conversations they had with Jordan, Shotty, and Ro, and other 9 Trey members that night and in the days that following, including details of the robbery committed by Nuke of Ro, as well as the retaliatory shooting that Ro and other 9 Trey members committed against Nuke. There is a crime that he is not directly involved in, that he is clearly cooperating. Yeah, based on what we know, not good. I think it's pretty easy to tell who number 1 is. And as we go on, if anybody has read or listened to Snow Billy's book, it will become even clearer. Let's go on. Tekashi69 will further testify. Oh, yeah, did I, oh no, I didn't get that. Let me go back. That's super important. Damn, what am I doing here? Oh, that's the top, my bad. 2018. Damn, what am I doing? Let me make sure I ain't skipping nothing. Okay. After Ellison and another 9 trade member, you know what?
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
I had to attack the donuts real quick. Salmonella is real. And so shout out to Jack Frost for, making people aware. It's almost like he's a hero, if you really think about it. If you really, really think about it. All right. After Ellison and another 9 trade member committed the July 22nd robbery and kidnapping of Tekashi69, I wonder why it just don't say nuke right there. All right, it says after Harv and another 9 trade member committed the July 22nd robbery and kidnapping of Tekashi69, Tekashi69 and Shotty had a conversation that was recorded by I ain't even gonna attempt it. That was recorded by his driver. Yo. Alright, let me get back to the thing. We're going to get to all that clowning in a minute. After Harv and another 9 trade member committed the July 22nd robbery and kidnapping of Tekashi69, Tekashi69 and Shotty had a conversation that was recorded by the driver. During that recorded conversation, this is crazy, man. During that recorded conversation, which happened on or about July 26th, Shotty told Tekashi in sum and substance that by allowing himself to get robbed by Harv, Tekashi made them look weak, and that Tekashi had put Shotty in a position of having to commit a murder in retaliation for the robbery of Tekashi. Live wire. Listen, Shotty was about that action. For real. Broad daylight, don't care. Moreover, Tekashi will testify about a conversation. This is Tekashi telling. I don't know how you read this paperwork and don't get the telling part. I mean telling on everything. Everything. Tekashi will testify about a conversation that he had with Shotty after the July 22nd robbery in which Tekashi told Shotty that he would pay $50,000 to anyone who murdered Ellison. Tekashi will also testify about conversations he had with Mel and Shotty after the robbery, including a conversation that took place as Jordan and Jones bought an assault rifle to Tekashi's house for protection after the robbery. Tekashi also had a conversation with Crippy in which Crippy told Tekashi that Harv had shot at Crippy after the robbery. Am I bugging? I'm gonna have to go back to that. After the robbery of Tekashi69. Tekashi will further testify. So he will testify, then he gonna further testify, then he gonna further testify, and then he's gonna further testify. I hope everybody keeping up. Tekashi will further testify regarding the conversation with Shotty about Shotty directing another 9 Trey member to shoot at Harv in October 2018, but in retaliation for the robbery by Harv of Tekashi69 and due to an internal power struggle within the 9 Trey. I think all of this is going to come into play in the defense. Tekashi had a separate conversation with another member of 9 Trey, co-conspirator 2, who admitted to Tekashi that he committed the October 2018 shooting at Shotty's direction. Y'all hear this? Co-conspirator 2 told Tekashi that after he shot and paralyzed one of Harv's friends, Harv slashed a victim number 2, in the face on the evening of October 24th, 2018. Now I'm going to try to hurry up through this thing, so we're going to skip through to where Tekashi is involved. Tekashi is actually involved everywhere. So it's going to be difficult, but we're going to do it anyway. Jones had numerous conversations with both cooperating witness number 1 and other 9 Trey members about the July 22nd robbery and kidnapping of Tekashi69 by Harv. We get into drug dealing, Shotty, stealing. And that is the part right there for everybody who want to check it, where the thing that is mentioned in Snowbilly's book is mentioned right there and should give you all the insight you need about cooperating witness number 1. All of the above statements are co-conspirator statements admissible at trial under rule. We not reading none of that. On to the next one. The next one is statements made by members or associates of 9 Trey about the status of other members or associates in 9 Trey. We almost done, y'all. But we got to be informative over here. Statements made by one 9 Trey member or associate to another 9 Trey member or associates about the status of other members of the racketeering conspiracy are admissible for the same reasons. Witness number 1 and Tekashi will testify about their conversations with other 9 Trey members regarding the status of certain members and associates. For example, prior to July 16th shooting, Tekashi had a conversation with the intended victim of the shooting on Instagram. In this Instagram conversation between Tekashi and co-conspirator 1 told Tekashi that he was not taking care of other 9 Trey members financially. Tekashi and co-conspirator 1 told co-conspirator 1 that he gave $25,000 to Harv to distribute to other 9 Trey gang members, and went on to disparage co-conspirator 1's status within 9 Trey. Tekashi also had conversations with Shotty about the importance of kicking money up to the 9 Trey members that were incarcerated, including Pedro Gutierrez, a.k.a. Magoo, and James Baxton, a.k.a. Frank White. The 2 leaders of 9 Trey in the prison lineup. Tekashi will testify that he paid thousands of dollars to Shotty to pay members of 9 Trey who were incarcerated. Tekashi will also testify about a conversation that took place in the months preceding the July 22nd, 2018 robbery and kidnapping, in which Tekashi, Mel, and Shotty and Harv were present. Specifically, Tekashi will testify that during the conversation, Mel decided that Jordan was going to have the high 20 position in 9 Trey. And that Jordan, Shotty, not Harv, would manage Tekashi. Cooperating witness number 1, we're going to skip past him. We're going to skip down a little bit. Cooperating witness number 1 and 2 will also testify about when they met each other in early 2018 and Tekashi's understanding that cooperating witness number 1 was a well-respected drug dealer for the gang. Yeah, this shit is outrageous. In addition, many other conversations captured, if y'all don't know, Mel's phone was tapped not because he wanted it to be, but because they wanted it to be. In addition, many other conversations captured over the Title III intercepts of Mel's cell phone and CW1's cell phone pertain to the status of 9 Trey members. Tekashi's driver is the person who volunteered for their phone to be tapped. For example, on or about November 17th, 2018, Mel and Shotty had a conversation about Tekashi69's status within the gang and discussed Tekashi. Did they have Mel? Yeah, they did. And discussed Tekashi getting violated for recent statements that Tekashi made about 9 Trey. A lot of people think that we have we don't have that whole conversation as far as I can tell. In referring to Tekashi69, Mel told Jordan in some substance that he and other he and others made Tekashi a part of 9 Trey so that he could make money for the gang. I think, yeah. Got that. Done with that. Similarly, on or about November 15th, 2018. Let me see if it's up in here. Nope. No Tekashi. We skipping down a little bit. The statements made by 9 Trey members discussing other position and status within the gang are in furtherance of the conspiracy because they informed cooperating witness number 1 and Tekashi on the status and progress of the conspiracy. We almost there. Excited utterances made by Tekashi and his driver after the robbery and kidnapping. The robbery and kidnapping incident on July 22nd, 2018 was captured on a camera that Tekashi's driver had in his vehicle. During the robbery, Tekashi can be heard saying in some substance, "Harv, you know I'll give you everything. Harv, I've always done right by you. Harv, I put money in your pocket, bro. I'm scared." Harv was testing that gangster. Let's see.
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
That's so important. That's so important. I wish I could do Tekashi69's voice, but obviously, if you can hear my voice, I can't do anybody's voice but my own. All right. Harv, you know I'll give you everything. Harv, I've always done right by you, blood. I've always done right by you, blood. Harv, I put money in your pocket, blood. I'm scared, blood. How's that? All right. Within approximately 2 minutes after the robbery and kidnapping, the driver found the NYPD patrol car and told the officers about the robbery and kidnapping. Yeah, blood. All right. About the robbery and kidnapping. Where we at? Of Tekashi69, which audio and video is also captured on camera. Tekashi managed to escape from Harv and the other 9 Trey member who kidnapped him and got into another car that took him directly to his homeboys down at the precinct. After arriving to his homeboy's house, the officers on intake duty observing the visible injuries to Tekashi69, face and head, believed that he had a concussion and needed to go to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, he took some flicks for the gram. Within approximately 1 hour of the robbery and kidnapping, a New York NYPD officer will testify that Tekashi kept repeating that he did not think he was going to see his daughter again. Wait a minute, what? Within approximately 1 hour of the robbery and kidnapping, a NYPD officer will testify that Tekashi kept repeating that he did not think he was going to see his daughter again, and that he thought the kidnappers were going to murder him. They was going to murder me, blood. The statements described herein by Tekashi and his driver qualify as excited utterances and present sense impressions. I don't think we need to read. Let me see. I.e. the robbery of 2 and 3, kidnapping. Yeah, we're not going to read none of that. We're going to try to get through this thing. They's going to murder me, blood. I didn't think I was going to see my daughter, blood. All right. The rap lyrics. This is the rap lyrics part, and this is the last part. And I'm not even going to read through it. I'm just going to skim it real quick. This is Tekashi describing his lyrics and who his lyrics are directed at and why. And he's going to testify to this. So all of the beef with Casanova and Trippy and whoever else he had beef with that he was doing little messages in his songs. No cap in TV, I get shine all the time. All the time. And I'm not even going to do this, honestly. He just goes through each song and describes the situations and who he's talking about and why it happened, who robbed who shot who, and then he made a song about it, basically. It even has him describing one of Casanova's songs. Like, he basically was like, man, he was trying to find things that he could tell. And he must have been running out of things. Got these rap songs for you, blood. Alright, so now that we done with that, I would love to hear some of y'all thoughts, but first,
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food, and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
It's always important to let people know, man, when they could get salmonella, man. You feel me? Like, you don't want to get salmonella.
This guy says that if he serves...
You don't want to get salmonella. Make sure I ain't missing nothing on the jack. I want to play this clip that Tim Tyler sent me because I know it's Frost talking shit. Oh shit. God damn. Damn, Tim Tyler. Why the sound cut out right after?
I'm telling you this because I want to save you hardship. I didn't. Pardon me.
Whoa.
Playing basketball, headbutt, teeth, new. I didn't call the cops on him. He called the cops on me. What are you talking about? He told me stay right here. I'm about to get to that part. He told me stay right here. He gonna go get the cops. I said, yep, I'm gonna stay right here. My brothers and sisters, I'm telling you this because I want to.
Yo, he on there, he really trying to explain. He really trying to explain, you saying fuckery, shout out to you. This dude is really trying to explain what he did yesterday. And his teeth is flying out his mouth while he doing it. Let me go here so I could set something up over here. Because we don't got that clip today. And we should honestly have that clip today. We should have that clip every day. Oh, shit. I don't want to put it here. We should have that clip every day. So let me see if I could get it for y'all real quick. Real quick. We should have both of these clips, actually. It ain't doing what it need to do, but that's okay. All right. You know what? I'm over it. For everybody who wanted to see the teeth clip today, we over it, man. Put my chat up. Let's see what y'all talking about. Frost has mental issues, we all know. They leaving with their bags, etc. You got, hold on, let me see. Just gonna making moves over here. facts, TJ. Brothers and sisters, really. I'm out here working for y'all. Yeah, man, it's crazy to be walking around with goddamn showing off your Jordans every day, and you can't go get no goddamn Polydent or Fix-A-Dent or whatever dent hold them motherfuckers in your mouth. I'm pretty sure that shit is cheaper than Jordans. Like, I could be bugging, but I'm pretty sure that shit is cheaper than Jordans, B. Super glue, fucking what's that shit? Gorilla glue. That shit like $10. Like, if that was me, nigga, I would have been Gorilla Glued that shit. I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck it. Like, do you know how much... Just think of how you would feel if every moment of every day you had this thought, this subconscious... Not even... You had this conscious thought that your teeth might fly out your mouth any second. How many years would it take you to do something about it? How many years would you walk around knowing every second of every day you got this thought on your mind that you could be talking to anybody at any point and your teeth could fly out your mouth? Job interview, interview with Complex. Like, you ain't getting no Gorilla Glue for the interview at Complex. Get you some Gorilla Glue, man. Flex Seal. I guarantee you that Flex Seal had that motherfucker permanent. And get out your goddamn dad basement looking 80 talking about Tekashi69, man. That's why your subscribers down, nigga. Niggas thought they was gonna donate and support you, and in a year or something you was gonna be out your father's crib, nigga. They see what you doing with that money, they like, man, I ain't giving this nigga shit. This nigga spending that shit on Jordans. They know they gave you rent money by now, nigga. They know you got first, last, and security by now, nigga. That's why they stopped donating. And stop worrying about my goddamn donations, man. What's wrong with you, bruh? Nobody ever talk about your donations, man. I don't care what nobody gives you. Something wrong with that, man.
Y'all be coming up out of y'all pocket giving these dudes money. All these people that been donating money to go to their channels and donate to them. Go donate on their channels, and they're donating their hard-earned money to them. And you coming right out of your pocket with money. Come out of their pockets donating money. Then they're getting donations. People are giving them their money. A fool in his money, yo.
A fool in his money, yo. Yo, I ain't gonna keep playing my donation video for y'all without no donations either. That's special. That one's special. Shout out to you, Capo Regime. Yeah, like hating, man. He came in here one day. You got to remember, dog, I had 2 lives up until he made this. So he came in here one day and seen some donations, and that shit had him furious. He was hot about them donations. If you notice, he got on 2 different outfits. This is 2 different days of him talking about my donations.
Y'all be coming up out of y'all pocket, giving these dudes money. All these people that been donating money to go to their channels and donate to them. Go donate on their channels, and they're donating their hard-earned money to them. And you coming right out of your pocket with money. Come out of their pockets, donating money, then they're getting donations. People are giving them their money. A fool in his money, yo.
He left the train station, went home, went to sleep, went back to the train station to talk about my damn donations. What's wrong with this man? Yeah, man, I don't know what's wrong with that man. That's what I never mentioned your donations. Like, I never crossed my mind about what people was donating to you. Why is you worried about what people donating to me, dog? That's weird, man. He came in there, like, he saw them donations, like, that shit made him furious. No car. You live in your dad's basement. You look 80. You got other 20. You talking about a 20-year-old all day long. And then you got goddamn 20-year-old memorabilia all over your, sticking that shit over your dad walls. All over your dad walls. That nigga can't eat no donuts, man. Our boy better glue his teeth down first. He definitely ain't eating no donuts. Yeah, it's only 4. It's only 4 phone boards because his dad ain't going for that shit. This ain't Google Studios, nigga. This my basement. Yo, not good. You ain't shit for that comment. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody for coming through. I know when we gonna do some lives in the morning that's a little more exciting, but I really wanted to touch on this snitching thing just so it's out there and people can really see not only how much this dude was snitching, but how reckless these boys were. That's just as important as the snitching. And some was never like all of these made up arguments. Let's deal with that shit, man. There was never an argument from this channel about Tekashi69 being the only one snitching or the first one snitching. So when you speak about that, I don't know who you're talking to. Are you including me with something somebody said on some other channel like you do? I don't know what you're doing. The only argument that came from this channel is that you are calling Shotty a snitch without paperwork. day in and day out. That's the only thing I've ever said here. Any other argument you make up is not from Crown TV. If people still falling for that shit, I don't know. Like, I don't know why you do that. When you talk to me, you got to talk about everything somebody else did, and I don't know what you talking about 95% of the time. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. You're not talking to me or about anything I've said or done. I don't know who you talking to. Same like the things with your daughter, which I never said nothing about your daughter. I don't know anything about your daughter. So it wasn't me. I don't know. It's like you gotta, when you feel you getting dragged up and down the internet, you start making up stuff and attributing it to me. Anybody who's still falling for that at this point is a fool. I never threatened you. None of that. So attribute your accusations to the right people, man. Stop putting me in it. Stop putting me in your blood. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with it. Don't include my name in nothing involving no bloods, man. I'm not no blood. Leave me out of it. We talk to me, let's talk about Shotty snitching or Tekashi snitching. That's all I want to talk about. With you. Yeah, somehow that boy, he got a kid, man. Somebody made it through made it through Jack Frost to get to the point of having a kid. Somebody made it through all of this to get to the point of having.
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
I'm surprised you don't know why nobody like you, Jack Frost. Like, I'm surprised you watch yourself every day and you don't know why people don't like you. Like how you deal with people in your chat and people who walk by you, people who in the store, people who live on your street, who just minding their own business. I'm surprised how you don't know that people don't like, or how you don't know why people don't like you. That's shocking, blood. Yo, I got so much stuff, man. I'm gonna start putting those videos on the live, like, you know what I mean, when we do our little comedy breaks, and I got a bunch of stuff I probably would never use otherwise that y'all probably either never seen or forgot about. That's what we're gonna do. Yo, if y'all ever watch this man on Instagram live, like that blow up yesterday is not very is not don't come as much of a shock. If you seen this man walk in the store and just flip on people for no reason because he think they filming him, but when people walk by him and they think he filming them, he act like the same way that he acted in the store when he thought the person was filming him. He get mad at them the same way. Like, yo, that dude is a nut, man. He's really a nut, man. But yeah, if y'all watch that man live, that live is just him in his normal habitat. Like he's showing you how he is every day. Somebody walk by, oh man, they looking at me. Oh, they trying to film me. Oh, she looking at me like cause I'm black. Like that nigga is a nut, man. I think the Crown Prince sent her to walk down my street. A fool and his money, yo. It's hot as hell. Let me see what time it is. I'm gonna go catch up on the shenanigans. Hopefully he don't make me go live again today, cause I will. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I always appreciate y'all when y'all come through. Especially on boring days like this where we doing this paperwork thing. But I hope it was at least somewhat informative. I see a lot of, a few new people. So I appreciate y'all for coming through. The Team Smoke, my family, you already know. If you're not subscribed, man, hit the damn subscribe button and the like button on your way out. Alright, long as I ain't boring y'all, man. That's why I try to make sure, you know what I'm saying, to hit y'all with the, you know.
This guy says that if he serves you uncooked food, that you can't, he's not going to give you your money back. He's just going to serve you uncooked food. This guy just told me that he's going to serve me uncooked food and he's not going to give me my money back after the food is uncooked. This guy is serving uncooked chicken. This dude is serving uncooked food. This guy is serving uncooked food. They serve uncooked food here. You can get salmonella.
Yo, for most of y'all, I'm going to catch y'all on the gram. Y'all already know how we do. Support the channel by Snapchat. Goddamn Cash App. And make sure y'all go over to Instagram and follow me at The Real Prince. PRENCE. Word. Shout out to y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the gram. Y'all already know how we do. Peace.